A lot of people struggle with getting into a deep squat or controlling the bottom of their squat, and we blame this a lot on our ankle mobility, and we try things like the kettlebell pressing over our knees and just driving that knee forward. But I'm here to say, if your knee can drive all the way forward past your toes like this, you don't need to try driving it over your toes more. You need to learn how to control that movement. And this is an exercise that I love to give to people who need better control, right? If you can't get your knee past your toe, this exercise is not for you. Always have to understand the assessment first. So if you are somebody who does need more control though, let's go through how to do the exercise. So you're gonna start in an upright position close to a squat rack. You're gonna hold onto the squat rack and we're gonna walk ourselves down in your normal stance position for a squat into a comfy position where you feel no pinching in your hips, no back pain, no knee pain, nothing. Just a nice comfy bottom position. If you cannot get in the bottom position here comfortably, then you're probably not prepared for this exercise. We want to have the squat rack kind of holding ourselves up, driving those knees forward. We want to first make sure that we have a tripod in our foot. So a tripod position means we're gonna evenly distribute the force from our first met head, and our heel bones. So we're gonna make sure both feet are even. We've got that tripod going, making sure the weight is evenly distributed, toes are spread. We're gonna pull ourselves upright nice and tall, and we're gonna drive those knees forward. Now, the first thing I want you to do is find the front of your shin muscles. So our bottoms of our feet, we're gonna pretend they are glued to the ground. You cannot move them. But what I want you to do now is try to contract the muscles that would lift the tops of your feet. Because they're glued to the ground, so that's this motion right here. Because they're glued to the ground, they're not gonna move anywhere, and instead those muscles are gonna pull your shins forward. So you should feel all of this contract. I'm going to contract that slowly, start ramping it up a little bit more, ramp it up just a little bit more, and then I want you to slowly try to contract as hard as you can and try to release your hands and try to hold yourself up with your front of your shin muscles. So as I slowly release, I'm gonna fall back because I do not have full control. I am one of those people who has to work on this, and you're gonna find yourself doing the same thing. If you can release and stay upright, you probably don't need this exercise. But if you are releasing, you're falling backwards and you feel those knees coming behind your toes, then you have a large deficit between your passive range of motion, where we're pulling our knees forward, and your active, what you have control of. And this is an exercise to a passive range hold to address that. So you're gonna slowly release. If you can't let go all of the way, you're gonna let go as much as you can. You're gonna try to hold yourself upright. You're gonna contract those fronts of the shins as hard as you can and hold for 5 seconds. And then you're gonna reset, pull yourself back forward, and perform the exercise all over again. I usually have people do around 3 to 5 repetitions of 5-second holds, and we'll do 2 to 3 sets of those in between squats or on a non-squat day. And we're always adding time, reps, or sets to make sure we're progressively overloading. So give them a try, and I'm sorry in advance for all of the great fiery goodness you're gonna feel in the front of your shins doing that.